saying I edit the videos 100% of the time.
And while you're editing, I'm
putting in the water. No, but I fold my clothes. I do, don't I? I fold my clothes.
I hope so. Oh, you made me choke on air. Oh man. I mean, we both bring home the bacon, I guess. We
the bacon.
Yeah.
Like from the pig.
Wow.
The bacon.
Money.
Oh.
Hello, our beautiful people. Welcome back to the LD World. It's Lance and we got Dua here. And today we're going to do a topic talking about our family values and how we're going to raise our kids. Just to put this out there, we don't have any kids, but one day we do plan on having them. And you guys, the audience, wanted to know exactly how we were going to go through raising them and what kind of family values we have for ourselves and for our family. But you guys know what to do. If you like the channel or like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the family. Turn on that notification bell because every question that you send us through Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, apparently Twitter, TikTok, whatever. Any questions that we can get to, we're going to answer it right here on the spot for you guys. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. All right, so the first question I'm going to ask you, what values do you want to build our family upon? Either you and me or you, me, and a little rugrats that we'll have one day.
Okay.
Name 3. Give me your top 3 values that you would like, and I'll give you my top 3.
Okay. My first one is honesty.
Okay.
I just think it's important, like, looking at both of our backgrounds. I think it's important to come together as a team and discuss things. So be completely honest, transparent, and we'll figure it out no matter what it is.
What do you mean by looking at both of our backgrounds?
I feel like in our families, there's so many things just swept under the rug.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My family is very closed.
Okay.
They don't open up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think honesty is something that I think is important because no matter what it is, I would rather know the truth, figure it out as a team, and we move on.
Okay, cool. Honesty. What's number 2 for you?
Number 2 is humor. I know you were not expecting this one, but just like in relationships, I think it's so important to be able to laugh at things and have fun.
So fun/humor.
Yeah.
I never thought about that, but that makes sense. I might go ahead and erase my
What? Yeah, I think that's really important. The third one is helping others. I think if we teach our kids that it's important to help others, they will grow up being kind people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So instead of just saying kindness, I think like helping others, it really, I don't know, I think it's important.
One thing I definitely want to build our family on is a strong faith-based system. Have a strong faith-based system. Know who they are in Christ, know who they are as far as what they believe in, and let them stand on that. Another thing is integrity. Integrity, which goes in line with honesty and all that other stuff. Integrity is very important because that's a value that needs to be instilled into somebody, is to have integrity, that, you know, to help people, to be honest, to just be the best person they can be on a daily basis. They're not always going to be that person, but as long as they can go to bed at night knowing that they gave it their 100%, even when they made mistakes, that's all that really matters. And that's pretty much it. I think integrity kind of covers a wide range. It's kind of cool to know your side of things, and it's kind of cool to know mine. So then that way, when we put them together, we have one big finished puzzle. So where I lack, you pick up. Where you lack, I pick up.
Like math. I'm kidding.
So another question that I want to ask you, as far as when it comes to family, because we've been getting this question a lot from you guys, because as you know already, Du is Icelandic and I'm from the States. So everybody wants to know, where do we really want to raise our family? Like, do we want to raise our family in the States? Do we want to raise our family in Iceland? Where do we want to set up base? We've answered this question before in the past, but let's dive into it and kind of give them an answer.
I have different countries depending on like our stages in life. So right now, I would say America, United States.
Okay. Why?
Because
Why right now? Why not like forever?
Because that's when the kids come in. I would prefer to raise my kids in Iceland.
Was it only because you were raised in Iceland?
No. I think it has to do with like when I came to visit here. I came to visit America when I was like 18. And
Okay.
it was different.
Different way out. Like, I didn't know you when you were 18. What you do?
No, I thought I was wild in Iceland until I came to America, and I was like,
we like to party. As an American, you're saying that, of course not all, but majority of Americans, the way that they are raised, they're raised to go into...
Not really how they're raised, it's just like how the system is. Does that make sense?
I understand what you're saying to me. Explain it to the audience.
How the school system is.
Explain
I don't
it.
agree with
Explain
that.
It. How's the school system? You didn't go to school here. How do you know the school system?
No, but what you were telling me, like when they go to college, it's all about like partying. It's like you go to college to learn, you study. So I just question things here.
Okay.
I'm trying to not come off as I don't like America.
I understand.
Because I want to be here.
Saying.
It's just...
when I went to school, partied a lot and so on and so forth. And a lot of the people that I was around might have done the same thing. So the American mentality is when you go to college, you either join a fraternity or sorority, which is a group of people that you party with. Not saying it's going to take away from your studies, but partying is a huge aspect of university. A lot of people waited for that age of 21 to drink, to wild out, to so on and so forth. And in Iceland, they do it a completely different way. Am I explaining what you're saying correctly?
Yeah.
So you're saying that you don't necessarily want to raise our kids with the mindset of, if I'm going to university, I'm going to party and join school functions and activities. I want them to go to university with the mindset of study.
Yeah, I guess just have other priorities.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
And do they not do that in Iceland?
The party?
Yeah.
On the weekends. But that's it. Like, but college has nothing to do with that. Like, we have friends outside of college.
Mm-hmm.
But college is just, or university, whatever. You just go there, you study, you come back home, and then you do whatever in the free time. Like,
do people move out of their parents' home when they go to university in Iceland?
Most people move out really young. So we already have our own apartments.
Okay, so you don't associate going to college with, I'm on my own. I have this freedom.
No.
It's interesting to see your image or a European image of America.
Yeah.
Because we as Americans, and I'm talking for myself, we think that the entire world does it the way that we do it. I think that the entire world does it the way that America does it. People in America don't do it the way that I think that we do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting to see that from an outside point of view, from how Europeans do it. And it's interesting to see different parts of Europe, how they think about
Yeah.
the American way and our customs when it comes to going to school, going to university,
Yeah.
getting a higher education.
I don't know how the elementary schools are here or like the younger education system.
Yeah.
But I guess looking at it, just knowing what I know about what you told me about like the college and the partying and how much it costs.
Oh, that's a whole nother topic on it. We might have to do a whole nother video on just the cost. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I probably painted a horrible picture of the American education system because of my experience. So I probably painted a horrible picture. So
but you're not the first one to tell me this, because when I came
That is
here
true.
when I was 18,
actually, you've
that's
experienced
exactly what it was.
Yeah. Okay.
I went into a
So what we would like you guys to do, leave us a comment below to see exactly, like, do you agree with the European image of the American education system whenever we go to university or even the pre-years?
yeah.
Comment down below.
I'm not commenting on the people, like the American people. It's the system that I don't really agree with it.
Sure. I get that. Do you want to homeschool your kids? Do you want them to go to public school or do you want them to go to private school?
Okay, so we don't homeschool kids in Iceland.
Okay.
If I could choose, I would not homeschool my kid.
Good. That's a lot of work. I mean, to be honest with you, it is a lot of work, but I think that I would disagree.
Wait, disagree with what?
I would like to homeschool my kids.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you why I would not homeschool my kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I work from home?
Mm-hmm.
You get a little cray-cray.
Shoot, tell me about it.
I mean, I think it's just normal. I think it's normal for kids to go out there, hang out with their friends, do their, like, even if they're picked on or whatever, that's the beginning of their life. They need to experience that. And they don't do that at home. And me also working from home, like, it's difficult. So if I think it's difficult to keep myself in a routine and all this stuff, then I can't imagine a kid doing that.
Now, I would agree typically because I experienced that, but nowadays I feel like, especially with everything going on in the world, nowadays I feel like everybody is homeschooled. Everybody's doing school through Zoom and all kinds of things.
Well, that's not really homeschool. Are you talking about because of the pandemic?
Yes.
Well,
but
that's really not really a choice.
It's not a choice, but here's the thing. Technology has increased so much, and even when we have kids, technology will continue to increase. I've spoken to people who homeschool their kids, and it feels like their kids are still going to regular school because there are now activities and there are now social groups for homeschool kids to be a part of. It just eliminates them from the public school agenda. And what I mean by agenda, this super pad. What
Why
I mean
do you
by
have it? Put it on the table.
No, I want it right here. It's gonna keep falling throughout the video. What I mean by agenda is the public school system. They create a certain curriculum, the students have to follow it, and so on and so forth. I believe that homeschool allows students to be a little bit more creative and open-minded when it comes to education. That's based off of my experience and some experience that I've seen.
Why do you think that allows them to?
Because they're not trapped in a box of this particular curriculum that the school system created for them.
Okay.
And I think that it's cool that technology has allowed us that opportunity to take homeschool to a whole new level. And also the safety factor. Like, a couple years ago, there were so many things going on in schools that scared me, and I didn't want to even put my kids in that environment.
That's why we go to Iceland. Because I know what you're talking about. I'm from Iceland.
Mm-hmm.
I'm white.
Are you?
You're from America. And you're black. So we have different
Am
cultures.
I?
We're a different race. How are we going to raise our kids? Are we going to teach them about the different cultures? how are we gonna do it?
100%. Definitely. I believe that I think that it's important to teach your kids different cultures. No matter what if your kids are mixed, no matter what their backgrounds are, whether it's white, black, or mixed with something else, you have to teach them the culture, because I don't want them to feel like they don't belong. Because society will make them feel like they don't belong. And one day, sooner or later, they're going to come home and they're going to ask you, who am I and what am I? What is my heritage?
Yeah.
And if we don't teach that in the beginning, they're going to have identity issues, and it's going to be an identity crisis. So to prevent that from happening, because we were getting messages online so many times that, oh, your mixed kids are going to have identity crisis and so on and so forth. And I was like, that is a possibility if we don't teach them who they are. And so to prevent that from happening, we have to teach them who they are and where they came from.
Yeah.
They have to visit where I've been, where I was raised. They have to visit your land, where you were raised. They need to know both sides of the family
And
the cultural backgrounds. So definitely, I want my kids to know that they are black and white.
It's always going to be easier to go through life when you know who you are.
Yeah. So
it
that
doesn't
when
matter
people,
like the race, the gender, your sexual, whatever. Like whenever you know what you want and what you are, you're just much more like confident. You can, whenever people say something to you, you're like,
I don't care what you say. I know who I am. Yeah. I mean, it's not. I don't want people to think that I'm not going to teach my kids like, oh, colorism or whatever. Somebody used that word one time. I don't know even what that word means.
I saw it at least 50 times.
Yeah, I don't even know what that really means, but I'm going to teach my kids what color they are. I'm going to teach my kids the difference between the two. Because if not, somebody's going to use that as a weapon against them. And they're not going to know how to fight back. And I'm always going to give my kids the tools to fight back with knowledge, and not with knowledge through their tongue and not with their hands or just speaking stupid stuff. They're always going to be smart, and they're always going to give back a sensible answer. So then when people look at them, they're like, oh, okay, well, I can't really say nothing. I grew up in an environment where people made fun of me because I was black. That didn't hurt me because I knew who I was. I know where I'm from. I grew up in an environment where people made fun of me because I was black, and because of the way I talk, they'd be like, "Oh, you're not all black. You're like an Oreo, or you're this, or you're that." And I'm like, "Call me what you want." Like at that. So I mean, if I grew up in that, I know my children are gonna grow up in that, and I want them to be prepared. That's what we are supposed to do as families. We got to prepare our kids for the outside world.
Yeah. Also, if any of you are interracial couples and you raised mixed kids, let us know in the comments how you did it. If you have any advice, you're really looking at me.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I actually have there's a message here. I'm going to leave this person anonymous, but she sent us this message and it was pretty cool. I'm just going to do my best to read it, because everybody knows I can't read.
Not everyone knows that.
If you feel like you need to discuss it, then do. Race is a very big part of any interracial couple. I'm sorry, it's not like you were discussing it in every waking moment of your life, but it is there. And it becomes more amplified when you have children. Now, this is somebody who grew up in an interracial household.
Yeah.
So it becomes more amplified when you have children, and that's something that I didn't know. I am a product of an interracial marriage. My parents got married in the 60s. I'm not going to say where her parents are from, because that's personal information. But she says she is brown. She's married to a Puerto Rican. And they have a white son. Laugh out loud, genetics. Interesting. That's cool too. That's super cool. And they discuss that because the mother is brown. The father is from Puerto Rico, so probably brown or a little bit darker skin. And the son came out white. So they have to discuss those genetics. They have to discuss who they are with their son. I like how the parents took the responsibility to do that.
Yeah.
Because they could be like, oh, we live in a world where people don't care, and that kid go to schools and get made fun of, and then boom.
Yeah.
Ask the questions. It is how we learn and grow. Your kids will ask questions. She knows this from personal experience. Your kids will ask questions. Find people who are willing to listen and engage in useful, productive conversation. And then I'm not going to read the rest, but I appreciate her sending us this message because it was advice to us as future parents. Not anytime soon. Don't even put comments in the section about that, but on how to help raise our kids. Yeah.
Are we gonna have any gender roles in our family?
Gender roles.
Do we have any gender roles right now?
I don't know, but explain to me what you mean by gender roles.
A specific gender doing specific things.
Oh, like the woman needs to make dinner and do the laundry. And I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all this right now. I cook 90% of the time. I think I'm a better cook.
Wait.
Okay, 80%. Okay, so as far as gender roles, I don't think that we have that in our relationship right now. Will we have that when we have kids? I don't think so. I was kind of raised old-fashioned, but I'm kind of bringing in Dua's view on gender-specific roles into our relationship. I think we split everything. If I have time to clean, I do the cleaning 90% of the time. If have time to cook, to be honest with you, when it comes to cooking, I think I'm a better cook. So most of the time I cook anyways. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there. We'll argue about that off camera. But I don't think we'll have specific gender roles. I just think that if you're free, get it done.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think we will. No.
I mean, we both bring home the bacon, I guess. We
the bacon.
Yeah.
Like from the pig.
Wow.
The bacon.
Money.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. You've never heard of that?
No. I'm not American. I think
So yeah, I don't think we'll have
we
I don't
definitely
know.
won't.
I don't know. I was just having a conversation about this with a very close friend of mine. I'm gonna keep everybody anonymous, but we were just talking about gender specific roles, and he enlightened me on that particular subject in a very, very positive way, and it changed my viewpoint of how things should be done. Because in America, as far as back in the day, it seems like the man needs to go out and work, the man needs to do this, and the woman does that, and so on and so forth. Things have changed now, especially with the shift in society, but a lot of people are resisting the change. It's okay if you want to continue doing that. People need to know that that's okay.
Yeah.
If not, it's okay to change, but figure out what way you can best bless your family and let God use that.
As a team.
Yes.
Some people are better at some things.
Yeah. Some
Like,
people really are. Like me at cooking.
Like whenever you're like cleaning or doing something, I might be editing a video. Which
It's 90% of the time.
100%. You have never.
So then I do clean 100% of the time. Boom. We got it on camera. All right. Just wanted to put that out there, but we're done with the gender specific roles. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's it.
You said it yourself. You said it yourself.
I was saying.
I don't even care.
No, I was saying I edit the videos 100% of the time.
And while you're editing, I'm
putting in the water. No, but I fold my clothes. I do, don't I? I fold my clothes.
I hope so. Oh, you're gonna make me choke on air. Oh man. Yeah.
See, this is the human disclaimer. I think it's important.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Well, that's a little bit of insight on our family values. We got this question on Instagram, so we wanted to go ahead and do a video about it. Hopefully we answered it. We rambled on a lot, so hopefully we
This
answered
is
it.
33 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We're going to have to timestamp the video. But we want you guys to comment in the section below and let us know if you agree or disagree with our family values in a polite way. And also let us know what your family values are as well, because we will take what you put in the comments